Hi everyone, it's Lucas. Today I'm breaking down the November 2025 housing market update for Waukesha County. We'll walk through the key numbers, what they mean for both buyers and sellers, and how to plan your next move heading into early 2026. Let's get started. This month, the Waukesha County market continued to show steady strength. Prices are still climbing year over year, even as the typical holiday slowdown sets in. Inventory has increased slightly, and homes are taking a little longer to sell, but demand remains very solid. For buyers, this means the pace is calmer than spring, but still competitive under the 500,000 mark. For sellers, it continues to be a favorable environment as long as you price correctly and present the home well. Let's take a closer look at the numbers. The median sales price for November came in at $517,500. That's an increase of about 2.5% compared to last year. Prices continue to rise because demand in Waukesha County remains strong and new listings are limited. For buyers, this means budgeting is more important than ever. For sellers, it means home values remain stable and strong heading into the new year. Now let's look at how quickly homes are selling. The median time a home spent on the market this month was 25 days. That's up slightly by just over 4% year over year. This increase is normal for the late fall season. Buyers are still active, but they're moving at a more thoughtful pace. For buyers, this means you may have a little more breathing room. For sellers, it's a reminder that correct pricing is key. Even in a strong market, overpricing can stretch out your days on market. Let's keep moving and look at inventory. There were 650 active listings in November. That's up a little over 3% compared to last year. While that increase gives buyers slightly more choice, it's still far below what we would expect in a balanced market. Waukesha County remains a low inventory environment. For buyers, expect competition on clean, well-priced homes. For sellers, fewer competing listings means your home stands out more. Now let's look at how close homes are selling to their list price. Homes sold for an average of 99.2% of their asking price. That's down just a fraction from last year. This tells us that while buyers have gained a tiny bit of negotiation room, sellers still hold most of the leverage. For buyers, you may find small opportunities on homes that sit for more than 30 days. For sellers, you're still achieving close to full price when the home is priced accurately. Next, let's talk about months of supply. The market is sitting at 2 months of supply. That's up about 11% compared to last year, but still firmly below the 4 to 6 month range that defines a balanced market. This means Waukesha County remains a seller-leaning environment, but with more balance than earlier years. Buyers may feel slightly more negotiating strength. Sellers can still expect a solid market, but not the intense bidding wars of 2022 and 2023. Now let's look at new listings. There were 389 new listings in November. That's down about 13% year over year. This is one of the key pressures on affordability. Fewer homeowners are listing, which constrains supply and keeps prices elevated. Buyers should expect less fresh inventory through winter. Sellers benefit from fewer competing listings. Let's talk about affordability next. The median household income in Waukesha County is about $104,000. Using a standard 28% debt-to-income rule, that gives a maximum housing budget of about $2,429 per month. At today's mortgage rate of 6.12%, that budget supports a purchase price around $398,000, but the median home price is $517,500. So there's a significant affordability gap. Compared to last year, mortgage rates dropped slightly, but home prices increased. The price increase more than offset the rate relief, which means affordability actually worsened year over year. Let's look at mortgage rates next. The current 30-year fixed mortgage rate is sitting around 6.12%. That's down about 12 basis points from last month. Over the past 12 months, rates have ranged between 5.92% and just under 7%. This sideways movement keeps the market stable, but monthly payments remain elevated compared to pre-2022 levels. Speaking of payments, let's look at the impact on a typical purchase. Let's compare a $300,000 home with 20% down. At this month's rate of 6.12%, the monthly principal and interest payment is about $1,441. Last month, at 6.24%, that payment was about $1,478. That's a savings of about $37 per month thanks to the rate drop. Now let's look at the different price brackets and how they're performing. Here's how the single-family market performed across key price ranges. Homes under $250,000 remain extremely competitive, especially with investors. Homes between $250,000 and $350,000 are seeing the strongest demand. Homes between $350,000 and $500,000 attract most move-up buyers. From $500,000 to $700,000, the market is more balanced. Between $700,000 and $1 million, buyers have more negotiating power. And above $1 million, sales are slower but steady. Let's move toward the big picture takeaways. Buyers have slightly more leverage than last year. Higher priced homes offer the best opportunities right now, but under the $500,000 mark, competition remains strong. Now let's look at what this means for sellers. Sellers still hold a strong position. Homes that are priced correctly and show well can sell close to full asking price. Inventory remains limited, especially below $500,000. As we close out the year, this remains a favorable environment for anyone considering a sale. Let's finish with a look at recent headlines. Local news outlets continue to report steady growth in home prices across the Milwaukee and Waukesha metro areas. Wisconsin's housing market is showing signs of gradual improvement as inventory rises slightly, and analysts expect early 2026 to bring more balance but still lean toward sellers. Now let's wrap up. If you're planning to buy or sell in early 2026, this is the right time to start preparing. I'd be happy to walk through the numbers for your neighborhood or help you create a step-by-step plan. You can schedule a consultation with me anytime using the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in next month's update.